move might make your head blow off.
Hey, yo, it's a talk show host, Kana Lassiter. Join me for an episode of Relations, the most lit hour of adult conversation.
Hold up, you know you can't forget about me. It's 51 Spade, alpha male G-O-D, one half of Relations. You wanna hear the truth? Can you handle the truth? It's where it's at, baby. It's where it's at, baby.
What's good? Welcome to another episode of Relations. My name is Kana Lassiter.
It's your boy, 51 Spade, alpha male G-O-D, the ninja you love to hate. I'm in the building.
Yeah, we got two exciting topics tonight. First one is your forgiveness making you a slave to your partner? And the second topic is cheating with someone versus cheating on someone. So we're going to dive into, let's see. I think I like the first one that I mentioned. Is your forgiveness making you a slave to your partner's mistakes? So I actually left off the word mistakes. So I'm going to say that one more time. Is your forgiveness making you a slave to your partner's mistakes? How do you feel about the topic tonight?
You might have to elaborate because I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay, so let's say your partner makes buku mistakes. Like every week he doing some bullshit, and you are always.
Louisiana, don't use that word.
I can use buku.
You? Man, you better find another word.
Next. Why can't I use buku?
You from Florida? Keep it there.
That's messed up. I'm someone who is culturally influenced by different environments.
You an L7, man. Come on, let's keep going.
So basically, you are someone who is just very forgiving and just keeps accepting this person's apology, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. So that's where the question is derived from. Like, is your forgiveness making you a slave to your partner's mistakes, meaning you're staying in the relationship and when you shouldn't?
Okay. Slave is such a strong word, and I hate to use that word. Especially due to the fact that we all are free individuals and you're able to do what you want to do. I'm gonna say no, you're not a slave to it. You're whatever you make it. I think at the end of the day, now you have people who have the word hope. I feel like a lot of people, when their partner's making mistakes, and I'm gonna go extreme. So if their partner is cheating on them, their partner has, I don't know, a coke problem, a drinking problem, weed problem, whatever the case may be, I think you hope that they might change, or you might think as time goes by things will get better. But you ain't no slave to that. The door is always open. You can leave that door anytime you want to. Like when someone is a person, I'm gonna say for me, is a person that been cheated on, I wasn't a slave to that mistake. So I opted to not be in that mistake. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. She can give the excuses of why. She can give I'm sorry's. She can give those type of excuses, but for to say that I'm a slave to it, I'm not gonna go that far.
Right. I think what's really impactful is the word forgiveness, because if you're a forgiving person and you're in a relationship that has some depth, I think that person knows that you're forgiving, and I think that person knows that you're not gonna walk away. You know what I mean? So I think that's better than using the word slave as an impactful word in the question. I think the most impactful word there is knowing that the person that you're in a relationship with is just a forgiving person and they're not going to leave. And that is what's creating the negativity around the question, because you are really, that's where the word slave is now making sense, because they know, like, that's just like, I'll use a great example. If you're in a relationship where the man knows the female does crack, and he wants to make her submit to him, or he wants to be her pimp, so to speak, or order her around, he know that, hey, if you wash the dishes and do XYZ, then you're going to be able to do this little dime piece I bought from you today. He knows her weakness. So let's use forgiveness as the same thing as addiction, because it could be, you could be in a situation that you're just addicted to easily, or you could be just a person who's that big heart that you talk about all the time, who get to take advantage of all the time, and they know for a fact, no matter what they do, you will let it slide. They know you're not going to at least close the door on them. And so they keep creating those same situations because they know they're not going to lose you.
Again, I'm going to use that word, not a slave. And now I'm finna tell you why. Okay. I'll go to, you ever seen the movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez? Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an example of what I'm talking about right there. And that's the reason why I say you are not a slave. The thing about human beings is, I feel like it's like the Matrix. Do you want to be asleep or do you want to see the real world? And I think some people be asleep a lot of times in relationships until they wake up. And that's why I say you're never a slave. Because the minute that moment that person wakes up, you're going to find yourself in a situation like her, where she might have been getting her ass beat. She might have been scared of that person. But once she woke up, she realized that he ain't in control of this shit. I'm in control of me and my destiny and how I would, and that's why she was able to fight back, regardless how many black eyes she had, regardless how many times she reported to the police and stuff like that. Once you wake up, and most people, and I'll even go a different scenario, not even going from that because that was a movie, but then we'll go to a real scenario just based upon what we've heard and seen, is even when you go to a scenario like Notorious, where Faith was going through that. Biggie used that type of scenario on Faith, where they had a song, so when he fucked up, he kind of sang that song to her, and then she would just forgive him, and he would start making her laugh, and then he did it one time, and she said, it ain't gonna work this time. And that's what I'm saying about, like, no, you're not a slave to it. I get and understand that forgiveness part, but you also have to remember that that's because this person is in fantasy land, they in bliss. So while they in bliss, you able to do those type of things, and I think that person recognizes it. And you also have to recognize that certain people, I feel like I hate to take this, you know what I'm saying, but with real power is responsibility. And when you have that in a relationship, I just feel what's going on there is that person is abusing it. Yeah. See, they're abusing the power. So really, at the end of the day, it's not really about that. They're just using it because they recognize that the person is in bliss, so they can use it. But you also have to remember that when they wake up from that shit, whether it's a month from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, people don't typically stay there. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, the examples you have gave, whether they were from a movie or in real life, sound good in theory. And let me just explain why. It sounds good in theory because everybody has that hope that a person will eventually wake up. I know
they had a hope that they don't wake up. Right.
Well, no, I think everybody has, even if you're a friend watching somebody go through something, there is a hope, just like you said, oh, one day she'll be sick of it. Because even when my friends call me now and they having the same argument with their spouse over and over again, at some point I stop saying he's not the one for you. At some point I'm not even engaged that way. I'm like, well, whatever makes you happy, I'm here to support you. Do what it is you got to do. And at some point you just know that person has to have their own breaking point. But in the back of your mind, you're hoping that the breaking point will come. You might not say it, but in your mind, you're like, I'll be glad when she's just done with it, because it's just toxic. It's just not good. So
let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Okay. Why do you, if they call you, they have a problem, they saying something that's wrong with their man,
right?
Why are you saying, like, trying to coach them through it? To say that it's going to be, you're saying that telling them that at one point you're telling them he might change, he going to do all this type of stuff. Then you're saying, I'm running out of breath, I'm not. But why do you start with even telling them it's going to be okay?
Because I'm not there and this person doesn't have a black eye.
So she got to have a black eye.
I have to be able to see some type of physical danger for me to involve myself in my friends' relationships. And this is going to be a whole nother topic, a good one at that.
That's interesting.
But I just feel like it's a thin line, because if you letting your girlfriend commiserate to you and you start commiserating back, and then the next day everything is back to normal, you got to remember all the shit. Girl, that nigga ain't shit. I told you he wasn't shit. Remember I told you about Latricia down the hall? She said he burned it. And he know, and best believe everything you're saying to your friend, she's relaying back to the boyfriend, because at some point he's trying to talk to her, win her back. But she said this and she said that. Oh, that bitch ain't shit. She just jealous. It just becomes one of those things where now, because you did encourage your girlfriend that your boyfriend wasn't shit, when shit is good between them, they don't want you around. You poisoned that whole friendship. So I rather, in matters of love, because people come and go, people's minds change, they fall in love, they fall out of love. I just rather just stay out of it and be a supportive friend, because contrary to belief, like sometimes that's all your friend needs is just someone to listen. They don't need your advice about their relationship. They just need you to listen and say, okay, I'm here if you need to talk. They don't need you to bash their boyfriend. They have enough negative feelings about him already.
That's the difference, I think, between women and men a lot of times. Like, that's why I say that's interesting, because when it comes to men, a lot of times, we, contrary to belief, a lot of women feel like we be in huddles and shit, and we talking about our women and shit like that. We don't do that. But in scenarios where men do some shit, believe it or not, if he's a real, you know, genuine friend to you, he's your ace boon coon, your dog always telling you that you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And get out of that scenario quick. And what I'm talking about the cheating scenario.
Yeah.
Like, we will always be like, bro,
just leave.
That shit gonna get too sticky, dog. And like, yo, girl.
But what happens, put yourself in a situation where he decides,
they always
I don't give a fuck.
They always decide that. That's what I'm saying. So, but that's why they don't ever call us back with that shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, after you done gave that scenario, he can't call you and be like, dog, she burnt my motherfucking car up. She threw a brick through my windshield. Nigga, that's what I told you was gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, women, like, I'm just finding that kind of funny that, you know, you already giving that advice and then the girl is still call. I'm saying a man won't.
Oh no, our girlfriends do that all the time.
I'm saying a man ain't gonna do that. Like, once your homeboy done gave you the warning, he is not gonna call you back and been like, the bitch threw a brick through my windshield. Like, he ain't gonna do that, because we already gave him the remedy.
We already told you to leave her alone.
So it's just
it's not like that.
Like, you can't come vent to me then and be like, oh man, she fucked my whole shit up. Yeah, I told you that already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, women are definitely different, but I wanted to jump back on. I never finished.
Go ahead.
Got saying my other point, but it was an issue of time, because you made the scenario that it doesn't matter. A person will wake up either 1 month, 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. My issue with what you said being good in theory is that when you wake up after being in a relationship for 10 years, it's not easy to just walk out of something that you've invested 10 years in. It's really not. In 10 years, there comes a lot of equity. There is property that you bought together. There might be a house. There might be a kid. There are so many things that now there's a certain amount of equity in the relationship that it might be easier to forgive yet again. That's this person that you've been in a relationship with 20 years and got a couple of dogs and don't want to divide assets. Nobody wants to divorce. It's just different reasons why I think that it's okay to pose the question with the word slave in it. Even though I get what you're saying, free will. And this is totally off subject, but when Kanye West said slavery was a choice, that's all he meant. At no point that we are alive is our free will taken away from us while we're free. Now, when we're put in a cage and someone has a lock to it, yeah, your free will to get out is gone, so to speak. But as long as you're free, you could choose whether to let them take you to that ship or not. Now, I'm not saying that you're not gonna die, but as the movie Amistad depicted, them people jumped off that ship and committed suicide with babies in their arms and babies in their belly because they didn't want to go into slavery. They chose death. That was free will in that moment. So it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. So that, you understand where I'm going with it?
I don't know where you're going with it, but I'll just say this, man. At the end of the day, it's like this. Wherever you was going with that picture, I'ma say You can get out of every scenario. And I'm also say that I think that that's the difference between women and men. So I'm gonna just say this to you. Even when you put up time, because you always bring up women and you always talk about, hey, women put in that type of time and stuff like that.
But everybody disagreed when Kanye said that. I'm agreeing with you, but everybody disagreed with him when he said it.
I get it.
We supposed to agree with you and say you're right. Everybody has free will to walk out of a relationship and wake up anytime. But when Kanye said it, the whole world shut down.
Listen, to speak about how weird Kanye is, that's another topic.
Oh God, I was just making a point.
I get you, but I'm just saying that's another topic. Now, to get back on topic, what I'm saying is, I think the difference between women and men is this. You've never seen a man in a divorce walking away from some shit being like he can't get that shit back or he can't get anything back. I just feel like women use that, and I'm trying to be respectful, but I just want to say they use that as an excuse for wanting some shit to change. They're using like this equity and all this other type shit that you're saying to change, but really at the end of the day, it's just like you're not gonna watch a man say, "Well, shit, we bought this house together. Do I want to keep this house?" Typically, I watch men walk away from a whole house, walk away from just about anything. Women are the ones that don't do shit like that. You use that as your own excuse to stay in some shit that's making you unhappy. Men don't use that as an excuse for us to say, I'm unhappy. If I'm unhappy, I'm walking away from whatever the fuck is going on. There is no house we can buy together. There is no car we can buy together. There is not a dog that we can buy together that's going to keep me in that house. Because I cannot sacrifice my mental peace and my happiness to be like, well, shit, we done put in all this time. What the fuck am I going to do? No man is going to say that. At the end of the day, if I'm unhappy about what's going on, I can walk away from it all.
I get it. And I would be dead ass wrong to say to stay in an unhappy situation. What I'm saying is, this, is men are so easy to cut the cord based on a current state of unhappiness. Like having a bad day is not impending doom. Let me just say that. And two, like for us, it's okay before we cut the cord. Now I'm saying this to my girlfriends and everybody that I love. Cut the fucking cord. But it's okay to think about it before cutting it. To think about the time you invested. Because not only fuck the house and all the tangible stuff. You're right. You can get all that shit back. What you cannot get back is time. And I think women really know the value of time. You know why? You just can't. That shit is like, you cannot get it back. And it's the most valuable thing you own. You cannot get it back. Let me tell you what else you can't get back. You can't get back eggs that can fertilize. You spent 10 years in a motherfucking relationship you thought you were going to have kids from. Well, you know what has happened in 10 years? Every single year, my eggs got my group of eggs got smaller and smaller. So now instead of producing freaking 15 eggs, I'm up to 6 now. And now you want to break up? I got 6 eggs. Now I got to go do at least 1 year with another motherfucker to see if he could be a great dad. And then by that time, I have less eggs. Like, y'all don't have that problem. I think y'all sperm work till you die. You could get somebody pregnant at 99. We can't get pregnant at 100 years old. So there's a lot of pressure riding on time for us. Because the more time we spend with you, and whether it's wrong or right, we are spending time with you making future plans. Does this look like a good father, a good husband? How's the credit? I want to be a homeowner. We're doing those things. You guys aren't. So damn right time matters. We are going to walk away from a situation feeling fucked because either now it's too late to have kids. I'm now not 25 anymore. Now I'm 41. I look different to the world. The world looks different to me. And you want me to start the fuck over. So yeah, before I cut the cord, I do think about all that. Now, am I going to stay in a situation where I'm being abused and I'm happy? I'm saying now I wouldn't, but if you ask me that now 15 years ago, I was in an abusive relationship for 10 years because I was afraid to cut the cord. Now, I'm not saying that's right, but the first step to recovery is being able to admit, and I will admit that I'm not a quick cord cutter because I don't like to start over again. And just because you start over doesn't mean you're going to meet somebody that doesn't have their own now set of problems, set of addictions, set of abusive characteristics. So now you got a whole nother motherfucker you started over with. So for me, is there anything I can do to fix this before I cut this cord? Because unhappy don't last always. Is there a way to get happy before you cut the cord? Isn't that fair to ask?
It's fair to ask. I'm gonna say this. My condolences for you and your abusive relationship. But I also will say this. That time that you talking about, that's why I'm holding you accountable for it just as much as I will hold someone accountable for you abusing their power. And that's what I was talking about being a slave and waking up to some shit. You could be happy the next day, but your eye won't be. Because it's still gonna be black. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm serious. I'm not saying that to be funny.
Damn.
I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm being dead ass serious. Your eye still gonna be black. Like you gonna probably try to coast yourself through that shit and try to tell yourself that you happy, but you ain't. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck like who you are. And there's nobody on this planet like it is a kid when I was getting my ass whooped when I went to class the next day and I couldn't sit down. I'm trying to fake my way through that. You know what I'm saying? My ass know the real deal. Just like your eye gonna know the real deal, or whatever he hit you at is the real deal.
Yeah.
So that time that you talking about and trying to take that ample amount of time to be like, well, maybe he's gonna change, or maybe he won't hit me next week, or maybe he won't hit me next month. You gotta clip the cord then, and you ain't gotta worry about those 6 eggs that you got. You know, when your eggs are ready to go, and that's what I'm saying. Like the people that's taking the time to slave you and you in bliss, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta wake up at some point in time. When my ex cheated on me, I wasn't sitting around saying, damn, you know, she cheated this time, probably next year she won't cheat on me. Fuck that. I couldn't get over that shit. So I had to fucking clip it. It's not about that. I'm not talking about having a bad day. When I'm saying a man is unhappy, he is unhappy all the way around in the space that he's thinking about right now. I can't be happy at home. I can't have this happy space. I can't sit next to you having a happy space. I don't even think of you in a happy place. So if all those things are going around, those things ain't gonna get better. Yeah, you can suck my dick and we can fuck and we can do all that type of shit, and then them feelings gonna come right back right after that shit happened. Because you're gonna do something then that reminds me, this is why we were fighting. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now time is going by. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to let that time go by. Because every time you do that same shit, it's going to piss me off and I'm going to want to fucking either break your neck or leave. And I'm opting to leave. I'm not saying it's easy for y'all. Just be, you know, I'm not a woman. I would never take away from what you saying. But what I'm saying is like, if you are sitting there going back and forth with yourself, trying to debate on whether another person is going to change, you're taking away from you being happy. And that's why you ended up with those 6 eggs.
And I get it. It doesn't change the fact that those are valid reasons why women stay in those situations. Mm-hmm. And they're not small things like having kids and losing time. I don't think a lot of people give that stuff credit, or I don't think they have enough empathy, not sympathy, because there's a difference. Mm-hmm. I don't think men have enough empathy for what it is that we've ultimately sacrificed for being in a relationship with you for 6 years and you having no direction as to whether you want to marry or you don't know yet. That's, and again, it's probably a whole nother topic that we can go into. But again, I think there's a lack of empathy even when you talk about the free will to leave. It's not really being a slave because it's your free will. I think that's where the lack of empathy comes in, because you're saying, bitch, just go. Don't be unhappy, and it's just not that easy.
Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying just go. What I'm saying is going on is the person is using a superpower to keep you there. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's abuse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like the president of the United States right now. He using his power for abuse. Mm-hmm. It's like a cop that's stopping someone and beating someone. He's using his power as abuse. Does it make it right? No, it don't make it right. He's not using his powers for what it's for. And it can be like that in a relationship. Mm-hmm. If someone discovers certain things about you, and I know what your weakness is. That's why I gave the examples of those movies. That's why I said Biggie and Faith had a song that he sung to her. He knew what the song does to her because it made her weak, it made her laugh, it made her smile.
Yeah.
But when she wakes up from that bliss that she's in, the powers have ran out.
So
and that's
a
how
mistake too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can make those mistakes, but you can either stop the mistakes at mistake one and just be like, do I know this person enough to think they're going to change? But I think women concentrate on that way too much to be like, I feel like he's going to change. Then we'll make cute babies together. Like y'all start putting in shit that's not really beneficial, because really at the end of the day, I feel like I want to be with a woman that if I guide, I'm a guy, right? But in my absence, she can hold me down. Not someone that can't move and think without me. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm with someone that's like that, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at how big your titties is. I'm not looking at how you suck dick. I'm not thinking about books you read. I'm not thinking about any of that shit. I'm thinking about, if I go down right now, if I die, if I go to jail, if I go any of that, can you hold me? Can you hold me and my kids and everything down if shit get rocky? And if you can't, I'm gonna hold you accountable for that.
I'm really, like, this is fucking with me in a way, because I'm one of those people that will always tell a person, I don't think there's a person on this planet that's ever going to be free of a mistake, ever in life. There's only one Jesus Christ. He's the only person. My own mother will make mistakes. My sister, people who I know would probably jump in front of me and take a bullet for me, are still going to make mistakes and hurt me. So if I have any amount of love for a person I'm involved with, I'm just that ride or die. Because I do not believe this person is ever going to be free of mistakes. Not the first month in, not 10 years in, not even 50 years into my marriage. Am I going to think my husband is going to be mistake free? I just don't believe it's possible. Now, what kind of mistakes he's making will matter.
And that's what I was about to say. It's about the mistakes. Like, I understand what you're saying is about a mistake. And as crazy as it's gonna sound, a mistake to me is falling in some pussy, not punching you in your eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are two different things. I mean, they sound rough. You know what I'm saying? I know
both of them sound equally bad, actually.
they sound equally bad. But if I line 20 women up and I was like, and I take them and they man, and I be like, would you want him to punch you in your eye, or do you want him to fall in some other pussy? I'm not thinking that majority of those women gonna be like, I'll take the punch.
There might be a couple, actually.
I'm not saying it ain't in it.
I know one right now.
It might be something that'll say, I'll take the punch.
Punch me, motherfucker.
You know? And whatever, if whatever you want to do, I'm not saying it's wrong. If you want to punch, not saying that. I'm hoping that someone will say, I'd rather the mistake be she jumping some pussy.
She will take that motherfucker and then put some makeup on that bitch and go teach a classroom full of kids the next day.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like that's right.
Swear, I'm so tickled right now. I cannot.
I don't think that's right. And you could be right, because like I said, I'm not a woman at the end of the day, but there are different mistakes that can be made. I'm hoping y'all pick not the black eye. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to elaborate. I'm saying a punch with a black eye. It's proof. It's proof, duh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus they nigga falling into some pussy.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, like I said, I'm not a woman, but I feel like you're right. I'm not talking about people who just can't make mistakes. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm gonna leave my chick because she can't balance a checkbook, or, you know, some shit. It's different strokes for different folks.
Right.
But I'm gonna say there are levels to a mistake that are so high that you got to now look at yourself and say,
what am I gonna accept?
This is not a mistake. This is blatant. Yeah, this is blatant. This is
disrespect.
This is blatant, and this is who this is, and he is not gonna change. This is who he is. And I think that's the problem a lot of time. Women don't look at their man and accept who they are. There are things about their man that they look at and say, I can probably change this, or probably through time he'll change, and this and that. And then they realize after 10, 15 years that's who he is and shit can't change. And they don't even have an argument when other people are saying, well, damn, he ain't gonna change. They know that already. And well, you knew that back then. And I feel like that's why your time have gotten eaten up.
Yeah, I think I'll take responsibility definitely for the bad choices. And we're getting ready to switch topics, talk about a bad choice. We're talking about cheating with someone versus cheating on someone. And I just want to read a quick meme. I have, for some reason with social media now, this is how people communicate. They kind of make memes instead of posing real questions. And what I will do is I will take some of those memes and I will come up with some of our questions for the actual show. Mm-hmm. This actual meme actually says, a bitch will fuck you while you got a girl. Mm-hmm. But when she got a man, she's faithful. Nah, bitch. I'm outside. Come out before I blow this horn.
That's me.
Okay. I mean, that's you.
I'm blowing that horn.
OMG.
No, I'm just fucking around. I'm just playing. I understand that in theory. Now, I'm going to break this down a lot of different ways. And the way I'm finna break this down, I'm finna give this disclaimer. I'm speaking from the perspective of a Dick Smith, not a regular person.
You always speak from the perspective of a Dick Smith.
So I'm going to break this down in a lot of different ways for people to kind of understand this shit in different theories. I have fucked with girls who, when I got a girl, they want to fuck me and do all this shit and get freaky with me and all this shit. And then when they get a dude, they act funny. And they'll be like, I really can't. I got my dude and this and that. I've been in that scenario a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Now, being a Dick Smith, I understand that. And I'm going to say this. There's been a lot of different theories on where women say, well, if I'm fucking with you, because this is an invasive action, I don't want to take the risk of my nigga finding out. Mm-hmm. They don't really know if this theory is right or wrong or this and that. And I would say that there's a lot of times that men know when you're cheating on them. It ain't always about feel. Sometimes it can be. But it's that bitches just move different when they fucking someone else. And they don't know how to control themselves moving differently. If they ain't never really dressed up before, they start dressing different. They act different towards their man. Sometimes they act angrily towards their man, and then the person they cheating with might treat them a different way, and they might be on a high. Some bitches believe that if they douche, it'll break the wall down and this and that. Sometimes they period jump. And if a man is paying attention to that, that's one of the reasons how I can really tell that you fucking. Smells, pH balance go off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different things. So if you want to get met with a right cross, I'm gonna know that you cheating. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why certain females would take that type of risk. Mm-hmm. Now on the flip side of that is being the guy that's on the opposite end of that bitch. Bitch, I took penitentiary chances like you need to take penitentiary chances. No. If I'm taking the risk of getting caught, and I'm just saying, if I'm taking those type of risks, you need to take those type of risks. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying take those risks until the end of time. Mm-hmm. I ain't saying that. But I'm saying don't get a new dude, and I'm talking fresh like. Mm-hmm. Don't get a new dude and then all of a sudden just
cut you off.
Yeah, just act brand new like right then and there. Like, bitch, y'all just started. Throw me that pussy a couple of more times and just be like, listen, you got 3 times, and after this, I just kind of want to seal and wrap this up. And then I can respect that.
You know what? It's crazy because I was definitely going to rebuttal you.
Okay.
Not rebuttal in a way that I disagree. I'm agree that women will remain faithful to the person that they're with, but cheat with someone when someone else has a girlfriend, because I will say that I did that. But I'm going to rebuttal it based on this. When I was actively sleeping with someone who I knew had a girlfriend, I, in my heart and in my head, knew that that person was not for me. It was just something to do. At the time, I wasn't after the person. It was really casual. I was no threat. She was no threat to us. We weren't a threat to each other. But when I got a boyfriend, he was valuable to me. He was an asset to me. So it was a real simple decision to make. I hate to say a nobody, but you were just someone I was just fucking. This is someone that I see that I want to be with, in a relationship with. So I don't want to take that risk based on what you mean to me. I think that is the only way I can explain it, even though it still sounds harsh. I would think to the other person that would make sense. Hey, you got a girlfriend this whole time. So me fucking you was just me fucking you. Why would I want you for any type of commitment when I see you actively cheating on your girlfriend anyway? You're not who I want. So give me the respect that when I find someone that I do want, that one, I know the difference between you and this person. Give me that, because I'm not just fucking this person. This person I'm in a relationship with. So the fact that I'm telling you that I'm in a relationship with this person, I'm not in a relationship with you. I feel like a man should already consciously know, well, she just looks at me different. I'm not the person she even chose to be in a relationship with.
I get you, and I understand that. I don't agree, and I don't agree based upon just the premise of what I just said. When you with somebody, and let's just say like you fucking me, okay? So I want to keep this in real time, and this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I want to keep this in real time.
Okay.
When you first meet this person, y'all might be in a relationship, but this relationship is new. But bitches tend to cut you off from the minute they even start fucking with the person. So you don't even know, and this is, and I'm coming to this because this is my issue with it. My issue becomes that your thought process go to, I'm with this dude and this is my boyfriend, or this is who I'm fucking with, and it's not really finalized, and then you start fucking with this dude, and then 3 months later you ain't fucking with him, but you cut me off because you said you with this nigga.
Right.
Nah, bitch, take your ass back that way, ho. You think it's greener on the other side. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even end it right. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm talking about, like I could understand that, but and that shit that you talking about is like, you don't know how much the nigga is fighting his girl over the shit. Like, I've been in those type of scenarios where you talking about, I've been fucking another chick and getting those questions, why this bitch like your pictures? Or why this bitch always, talking about you, this and that. And the nigga gotta fight off that type of shit. He might not bring it to you because it's a problem. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is a problem. He taking penitentiary chances. And that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
So hold on.
Go ahead.
So, but I get I'm taking that type of risk. But what I'm saying to you is like, this shit new, man. You get what I'm saying? So by this shit being new, bitches like wishy-washy. So it's like, you think that, with this, I'm finna ride off into the sunset with this dude. No, bitch, this fresh. You know what I'm saying? So come on over here and break me off and take those type of risks that I'm taking. You know what I'm saying? We can agree to dissolve after 3. You know what I'm saying?
After 3 months? Or 3
No,
weeks?
after 3 fucks. We gotta
So
ride.
fuck me 3 more times, and then you can go be in a fake
Because I want you to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. I want you to take the risk. I want you to make the call and be like, I'm still at my homegirl house. I want you to take that risk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more about principle to me more than anything. I know that sounds crazy, but it's more about principle to me. If I'm taking that type of risk, I want you to take it, and I'd rather you take it in the beginning part than when you real dead until you really, really into it. But my problem is they cut you off, and then they gonna ride out and go on this other side, and then your boyfriend that you have at that time ain't all that, and then you try to come back to me and then want me to take the risk again.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
Yeah. I get it, but I'll blame that on this.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And this, you're probably gonna disagree and be mad that I'm even saying it.
I ain't gonna be mad.
But this is why I was on the fence. Those people who get fucked with, unfucked with, and then people come back are Dick Smiths, adventurous people who are like me, a little more sexually open, because now you have a level of curiosity and a level of, I want to let my hair down. I'm not in a relationship right now. I want to go have fun with them. I want to go over there and do that. And then when the novelty of it wears off, like, okay, let's say you want to try a threesome for the first time and you find this excellent couple to have sex with. Well, you're having sex with this couple, passionate, great sex for a month. And then you're a month into it and it's like, well, wait a minute. I'm having great time going on dates and getting good sex, but how am I ever going to introduce these people to my parents? Am I going to introduce them to my kid if I ever have a kid, or if they have a kid? Or things just become second level, especially when you meet someone who represents and fills in all those spaces for you. Well, you could take him home to your mama. He can introduce your kids.
Probably.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I know where you're going to go with it, but that's how it becomes what you'll do for this situation versus what you'll do for that situation, because some situations just look or appear to be more stable versus the other situation just being fun.
Get it? Gotcha. Not good. That shit sound good.
Because it's the truth. I don't mean
I'm not saying
make it sound
and
great.
I'm not saying that it's not the truth, but what I'm saying is, like, you know, risk is risk all the way across the board. So I mean, I'm gonna give you like an example of some shit. Like, I was fucking with a chick that she was into women. Me being the Dick Smith that I am, converted it over to meat. Now, with that being said, she was like, you would never have to worry about me. What? Managed meat is not easy to receive. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they want you to get a little niggerish with them. And that's what I do. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm going to carry on. She said that you would never have to worry about me being with a dude. You know what I'm saying? Because she was into women.
She was a lesbian.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Supposedly. And now all of a sudden, you want to see what other meat is out there. And I ain't got no issue with that. But it turns into that same scenario that you're talking about right now. Right there. Now it's like, well, I'm fucking with this dude and you not all the way in. But now you don't want to fuck me because you like, well, he's a potential and this and that. And all I'm saying about it is, like, I get it. But it's new, it's fresh, and this and that. And I'm just saying, you need to find a way to zip it up properly. You know what I'm saying? Close the door properly. We got to have closure in this scenario.
Closure with a side dude?
Closure with a side dude. It is a thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bringing that up is because I don't because you coming back to me afterwards, you gonna be wondering why I'm treating you funny, and I'm gonna be like, because we ain't have proper closure. You know what I'm saying? We just ain't have proper closure. Like, you just rolled off into the sunset and ain't addressed the issue with no shit like that because you think it's greener on that side. Yeah. But then if I'm still with my girl and that situation don't work out, then you find yourself on the dope and acting like nothing happened. Yeah. Well, what y'all doing this weekend?
Yeah. And that's not my point. That's my point, is because it's fun, it's adventurous, it lend something to a person who is feeling like that's what I need to be doing or be a part of when they're not in a relationship.
It's still etiquette.
So I get it, but I also, being a sexually open person, also take responsibility for that, because it's not someone's normal scenario. It's my scenario that I live. Well, it's not the average scenario that women live. So I understand if they participate in it for a short time and then find something that's more common and stable. I'm a little turned off by it, but I'm not mad.
But I'm not talking about that scenario. I'm talking about the topic that we talking about. So I'm not talking about having sex with a couple or no shit like that. I'm talking about now, she is my side piece. You get what I'm saying? I have a lady. She's not included in this threesome sex and no shit. She's just a side piece. What I'm saying is, you need to know how to zip that up properly. But what tends to happen a lot of times is women, and like I said, I'm not saying I don't get it. I definitely do get it, because a lot of women be like, hey, going abrasive. Your dick is bigger than his. Like,
that's another point,
you know what I'm saying?
We need to tackle.
You moving my furniture around and shit like that, and I can't even, you know what I'm saying, go home. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I want you to take penitentiary chances.
They can't even go to the crib.
And so that's why, I mean, I felt like we needed to address it because there's an elephant in the room. So I'm like, yeah, okay, my dick bigger than his. I get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go home because I done moved some shit around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same point in time, you have what?
Nothing.
You have some. I still say it's a way to do some shit. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't feel like that's their first natural thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a thought that comes up.
Right.
Like,
but why don't you consider what you just said?
What?
Like, especially
I
if
don't
you've
know
been.
the size of his dick. I'm talking about the girl. No.
But I'm saying consider that when she's telling you, hey, I don't want to cheat on my man.
That's the problem.
Why don't you automatically consider, well, shit, if you're sitting here right now telling me that if you can tell.
The difference is.
If you could tell a person has been fucked, like you could tell that if you got a girl and she can go fuck with somebody else and she can come back home and fuck you and you could tell, then when a person tells you, hey, I got a man and I want to be faithful to him, it should not even be an argument, a question, petty, mad, because you should know in your head, well, damn, if I fuck Shorty, she can't go home and fuck a man. That doesn't matter to you?
So remember that disclaimer that I said earlier before we just started? I'm speaking from the perspective of a Dick Smith. Every man can't tell. You know what I'm saying?
Every man can't.
Exactly. That's why I put the disclaimer there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Every man can't tell.
Okay.
So I can't give every man credit for that. That's just like saying like women fuck different men, and you know you might have been fucking with a guy and you'd be like, why is this nigga fucking me all fast and shit like, because different men care about different shit. There are certain men that are quick pumpers, come in 5 minutes, that only care about them catching a nut. Some men care about the woman catching an orgasm. Different men fuck different ways, and the perception of that is also going to be like, are they paying enough attention to you to even notice that you've been fucked?
Yeah.
There are some men that's just in their own world, so they ain't paying no attention to that anyway. So my thing would be is like, you know if your man is that type of person, but the other thing is they don't do what you saying. You saying if this woman come to me and they say, hey, I can't fuck with you no more, I'm in a situation now, this and that. But a lot of them don't do that. They just leave it unhinged, and then they just ride out in the sunset. You ain't heard from them. They ain't texting you back. They ain't calling. They don't even zip the shit up right. You know what I'm saying? They just get into a relationship and do it. And then for 3 months or 4 months, they fucking with this dude, or 6 months or whatever. And then they come back like they ain't ghosts. You see what I'm saying? So if you gonna be woman, just be woman enough to say like, hey, this is what it is, this and that. I can interpret that as saying, okay, nigga, a little bit on the puny side. I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Or you are, I don't see, especially if there were two men like yourself, it's just hard to be, or if the other man isn't like you, I think it would be hard to be with such a domineering character and then be able to switch if he's not the same, or it just depends on who you're fucking with. Like, some people you can't make a mental or physical switch back at home if you're fucking with somebody who's powerful or wealthy or aggressive. But it's very hard to make that.
But that's why I disagree, because I feel like you can make those switches, because keep in mind, like, to me, you already showing me you're a professional liar. You know what I'm saying? And a professional cheater. Like, you ain't just like in a scenario like if I tell you to hide in the closet, you know how to get in the closet. If I tell you to hide underneath the sink, or you know what I'm saying, when this door opened up, you switch out that door. You already a professional, criminal almost. So it is for me to feel like you can't go home and the nigga be like, where you been all day? Man, I was out with Chanel all day. They know how to put that shit together. Like, you're not gonna tell me like we ain't dealing with Mary Poppins. Like, stop it.
Not Mary Poppins.
like, girl, stop. Like, it just ain't that. So that's part of the thing that upsets me, is because like I said, like when I was fucking with this chick, she was fucking with a girl, but she lying to her girl. You get what I'm saying? Her girl, I gotta pick my girl up at this time, and then you leave my house to go pick your girl up at work and then go home with her. Okay. You already know how to cheat. You get what I'm saying? So now you got a dude and you just like, well, nah, I can't really do that. And
you know how. But just because someone knows how, the desire to do so might change. Because I know me. If I'm at the level where I'm saying, okay, this is a relationship, I'm in. In fact, if I'm having sex with him, I'm in. I'm already past the stage where I would be fucking you and just talking to him. Because
I
that's
get it.
normally what I would do.
I get it. And that's why I said 3 more times for the road. And then you can go do
cannot
it. And then
endure 3 more times.
Yeah, 3 more times for the road, and then I'll let you ride off into the sunsets, and we'll stay on good terms. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but it might not turn out that way.
It typically
because no, I'm
It
serious. I'm
typically
coming
don't.
from a genuine place because I really just found out like that you could tell.
What you mean?
Like all my years, like I usually would have conversations with women who have cheated because I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be speaking to a woman who said, "Well, hey, I got this little sugar daddy or whatever their situation is,"
Mm-hmm.
and my first question often is, "You don't think your man could tell?"
Mm-hmm.
And they always say, "No, I don't think that nigga can tell." Or you could do this and do that to make sure they can't tell. So no one has ever said to me, "Hey, I could go in some vagina and tell that vagina has been somewhere else."
Mm-hmm.
You are the only person that I've ever heard say that you can tell the difference.
Oh yeah, but
So even with that being said, like if that information is out there, I think a lot of women will take cheating a little differently because now there's a huge risk in going home and having sex with your partner and your partner saying, "Hey, I could just tell that you've been with someone else that says so many things." I would be absolutely petrified if I was a cheater and I had been successfully cheating for 5 years in my mind, and then I found out on the 6th year that men could feel that. So now I'm wondering if this bitch knew this whole time and he just been quiet. There's so many things are going to be running through my head as they are now for a lot of people that I know who I have a friend that I know for a fact she probably getting some other dick, and I don't think she has a clue that the person she fucks with on a regular basis could actually feel it. Like he could tell.
The thing about human beings, and I always have to break it down this way, is human beings are human beings. Like, if someone sells dope right now, they know it's a chance that they can go to jail, die, get robbed, or whatever the case may be. If you go rob a bank, you know already that it's bad, but that don't stop motherfuckers from trying to rob a bank. And I equate that the same as cheating. It's like, typically people be in relationships, and I'm gonna go from a woman's standpoint where they been in a relationship so long and they done watch their man cheat so much that that's when that kind of comes up, and they be like, you know what? He done fucked this girl, I done forgave him, I done cried, I done did all this type of shit, and I'll be damned if this motherfucker, like, I need to go get some dick just to let him know how I feel. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, there are consequences with this. So I ain't saying I condone to go do it, because you also know if your man gonna bury your ass in the backyard, throw you off somewhere, shoot you, kill you, beat you the fuck up, this and that. Like, it ain't the same. The difference is he ain't gonna be crying when that information come through. And the part about, like, what you said about feeling, I feel like every man knows, but this is one of those things where I'm gonna say this. Cheating on a man is equivalent to always being saying that if a man find out that his woman cheated and that's in the air, it's considered to be weak. Like, damn, you let your fucking girl cheat on you, whatever, this and that. But I'll say a lot of men have been in scenarios where they know they woman cheat and it might not be said. When men start collecting data about shit that you doing, you ain't even gonna realize that that's what he doing. So yeah, when you come home, if a man you feel funny,
Yeah.
and he knows how you feel on a regular, I know how my pussy feel like when I slide up in it, and if it feel different from when I slide up in it another time, then I know. There are certain times I know when my girl period hit. I know how she's supposed to smell. I know it's just women don't realize that certain men pay attention to it, and some men don't. Some men, I'm not saying every man is like me. There's some men that I've talked about over and over again on shows where they woman go be in a whole nother relationship and be out the door and don't even realize that they done put that whole plan into play. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So different men are different ways. So I'm not saying every man can feel that shit. You have to know the man you dealing with. But for me, I pay very close attention to certain things that go down, and I collect that data. So you come home and my pussy been tampered with, best believe I know.
It's going to be a problem. But speaking of collecting data, we did that for an episode of... Fuck. I lost my train of thought. Speaking of collecting data, we are going to switch gears into Tap In.
That's right.
Segment of the show. So, here is our tap in from this week. It says, I met this guy who is the sweetest person ever and makes me feel good. But he told me he has 2 kids with 2 different women. And I told myself I'd never be with someone who has kids, but I really like them. What do I do?
Don't fuck with him.
So you would say don't go for it.
Yeah, this ain't even really that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, lowering your standards that's the only thing that's going on.
That's the first mistake would be to
You know
go
what-
against.
you know
But
what
you
you
know, I'm on the fence about that because she could just have a negative concept of what that is, a man with 2 different baby mamas. It could be a stable setup. I just don't think she should just, okay, I have 2 kids from 2 different women and her judge his situation. He could be someone who's very responsible. The 2 baby mamas have moved on. It could just be a scenario that's conducive to what she could deal with. I don't think she should, I think she should proceed with caution, but I don't think she should cut the cord based on the fact that she says she would never date someone who had kids. I think that might be unrealistic for the world we live in. It's
I'm
very
not
hard to
saying-
meet a woman that doesn't have children.
I get that, but I'm just saying you lowering your standards. And I feel like a lot of times with people, when we start doing shit like that, we just lower our standards. Like I've been that person. I've been that person that was like, you know, I don't want to fuck with women who got kids and this and that, and I have. But true to belief, everything that I've said about dating women with kids have came true.
Yeah.
To everything or every gripe or everything that happens when I'm dealing with a woman who have kids, everything that I've said could possibly happen, it fucking happens. And now I can't even go to them and gripe because that's my fucking fault.
It's your fault.
You know why? Because I lowered my standards down to that shit,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm in that scenario. So that's why I'm saying just don't lower your standards.
So Alpha Male says, hey, cut the cord. Kana says, investigate a little bit. Check it out before you decide to cut the cord. My name is Kana Lassiter. It is the end of this episode of Relations. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and IG at Kana Lassiter.
And holla at your boy. I'm on both platforms. Twitter and IG 51 Spade. If you're looking for the shirts, it's alphamalegodcreations.com. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on Podbean. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find us on all platforms. And as I always say about this time,